Okay, guys, just wanted to show you a few items that I got at Chicago Collecticon this week. I sold a bunch of items and traded a bunch of items too, which I don't have any more to show, but I'll put those up in another video. First one, I just wanted to show you one more Gengar that I got. Mirage Forest, first edition, Japanese. You can see the little first edition stamp right there. In English, there's just unlimited or whatever, just one version. Um, I actually already had a copy of this and I sold it to someone else. And I sold it in a bigger deal because I wanted to do a deal with this person. I honestly, I'm just fine. I was pretty far up on the card. I've had it for a while, but I wanted to do a deal with this person just to see how they did deals because they've approached my table a few times wanting to do deals. And I finally said, okay, let's do a deal. I just want to see how this person approaches the deal. Did the deal, gave him the card. It's fine. But I left and I went, you know what? I want to get this card back from someone else if I can find it. Luckily, there's some other great vendors I know who had it, and I got it back for about the same price that I sold it for. I just want one in my collection right now. That's really the only main reason. So I bought the card a while back. I was up on the card. I sold it at an up. I think it could have sold for more, waiting for the right buyer for sure. But I wanted to do that deal with this person to see how they handle deals. And then I went and bought it for, I think I bought it for $100 more than what I sold it for, or something like that. And it's just because I want one in my collection right now. So technically at the moment I'm not even up on the card. It's okay. I am looking for an unlimited copy. This, by the way, is Diamond and Pearl, one of the first Gengars from Diamond and Pearl. And it is low pop in both English and Japanese. The English one, I think, is a pop 75-ish, and the Japanese Unlimited is about pop 75, and the Japanese first edition is about pop 150. Is this the coolest Gengar ever? No, but it's a pretty cool Gengar. It's a unique one, and I think it's one of the better Gengars from Diamond and Pearl. So, and it's lower pop. So I definitely want one in my collection. So there's that Gengar. And here we go. We got in a base set booster box. This is Blue Wing. It's a pretty clean box. I know you can't see all the details on camera, but I would probably put this as like very good to near mint condition, somewhere in there, probably in between the two. Very good to near mint, so not near mint, but it's better than very good. But I don't know if you can see. You can see on the acrylic. There's a few little like touches, and like that right there, and that's normal. Those that's kind of normal. You can't really see it too much. Yeah, like this. Kind of looks like a finger may have like pulled it a bit too much, but pretty sweet. Let's see, Charizard Blue Wing. If anyone is confused about Blue Wing versus Green Wing, by the way, it's pretty simple. There are multiple editions of or variations of the base set box, and Blue Wing versus Green Wing is super simple. The Charizard Blue Wing box is simply the base set box that has this Charizard with blue wings. And this, by the way, note this is the Charizard from red version, right? It's on the Game Boy game, or Charizard on the CD promo in Japanese, which I've posted many of times because you guys all know I collect Japanese. So that's a blue wing box. It has this Charizard, and then it has CD promo Venusaur, and then it has CD promo Blastoise. The green wing box is mostly the same. We won't go into all the little details, except that the Charizard is the base set English Charizard, like the actual base set 1999 English Charizard, where he's like this and he's breathing out fire and he has green wings. So it's not just that, it's this Charizard with green wings. It's actually the English base set Charizard on this. and for the most part, it's otherwise the same. The green wing boxes are worth a little bit more because it's the same stuff inside. It's not any different. It's just the green wing box is a little bit more scarce. It wasn't printed as much. So anyways, check this out. Put the power in your hand with the Pokemon trading card game. Super cool. See the Wizards logo here. You can see that there's a slight bend in the box right there, just ever so slight, which could just mean that there were boxes stored on top of it in the past, which is not uncommon at all. You can see these Wizards of the Coast. They look pretty great. So that's another base set box we added to the collection. And sorry, my camera's auto like zoom and stuff is just really weird. And I haven't dialed it in. We got a First Ed Team Rocket box as well. So on this box, it's hard to see the first edition, but you can see right there. In terms of vintage boxes, not like in terms of collecting the cards and the sets and stuff, this box, just we're talking about just the cardboard box, is I think one of my favorites in all of the vintage boxes. I think it's probably top 3 for me. I think it's cooler than the gym boxes. I think it's cooler than Jungle and Fossil. I think it's cooler than a few of the Neo boxes. I think it's cooler than base set. We're just talking about the box. You can see the energy types. They're all dark down here. The reason why I like it so much is this art right here. This, I don't know. I just think this art is so cool. I think they just killed it. You have Slowbro, sorry. Kind of like an angry Electrode. You have a Charizard, a very cool Gyarados, Golbat, and a Grimer or Muck. And I think this art right here, just this rectangle art with Team Rocket right above it, is just so well done in this huge Pokeball. And this art they put on the Japanese set, they put this art on one of the Japanese packs. And it's probably one of my favorite vintage sealed English, sealed items. I just think the art is so cool. This looks cool. Team Rocket got to catch them all. It looks great. Stoked about it. I think actually this is going to sound funny. I think my favorite vintage box, just in terms of a cardboard box, is probably base set too. Just because I had a few as a kid and I opened them, I bought them, and I thought it was so fun. So, anyways, those are the main pickups. Those are the main pickups. Let me show you one other item. Let me show you actually 2 other items. So I got these in Dallas, if I remember correctly. And I gave them to a friend, a Japanese friend, vendor and buyer and seller in Japan, who said, hey, let me try and consign them in Japan. We weren't able to sell them, unfortunately, and that's fine. I'm super stoked to have them still. So these are the fire red and leaf green starters, and they're the Japanese first edition variants. So a lot of people don't know, but in English Pokemon, we had an actual main set come out called Fire Red Leaf Green. But in Japan, it was different. Fire Red Leaf Green only came out in specialty products. And you could only get these cards in these like little, almost like deck boxes. Okay. And they had an unlimited variant and they had a first ed variant. And in English, we didn't. And the first edition variants of this set are much lower pop than the unlimited variants. And so when this came by, I just thought it was such a cool pickup. I thought it was such a cool item. I gave away a Crystal Golem Japanese and a Game Boy Mewtwo Japanese PSA 10s for these, and I got some cash on top. But you can see, check this out. Look at these certs. 112, 114. So whoever graded them years ago probably had a Charizard right here, but the Charizard maybe got like a 9 or an 8, so they lopped it out. And anyways, they almost had a sequential set. But this just sold for 7,200 online about 2 weeks ago or a week ago for, 7,200. And that was the first sell in 6 months. So I found one other copy at Collecticon this weekend, and it was up for 72, which makes sense. That's great. Um, yeah, just super cool. I would love to get the English variants of this. I'd love to get the unlimited variants as well. I think these are just such cool cards. Each one of these is like pop 120 or something like that. I can't remember. But look at the hollow pattern. They did a different hollow pattern on these cards. So it has like it's almost like a sparkle is like what I would call it. And then you have these they're like ovals. Let me see if I can get you guys a good. Do you see all those ovals? That's not normal. That's not a normal hollow pattern. That's not a typical hollow pattern on Japanese or English. Let me see if I can pull it out more in the Charizard. Yep, do you see how when I turn the card, all these things go right and left? It's like this oval hollow pattern. Yeah, look how glittery that looks. It's such a cool card. I love it. The Venusaur is cool. The Venusaur is my least favorite of them, but I think it's still a cool card. Very sparkly. Out of the three, the Blastoise is hands down my favorite. Just think it looks awesome. So that's what we got at the show. One other thing. Have a Korokoro Mew. And we're sending this off to be sold online. So look at that swirl, bottom left. Other than that, I sold, just in quick reference, I sold a bunch of Tyrannitars. I sold a bunch of Gengars. I sold a few Shinings, or I'm sorry, a few Crystals. I sold a bunch of Umbreons. So that's how the show was this week. So anyways, that's what we did. Oh my gosh, one other thing I totally forgot to mention. I got a Team Magma, Team Aqua booster box. Team Magma, first Team Aqua booster box. I posted on my Instagram. This is not a common booster box. This is a rare sell, a rare find. And the thing about it is it's more of a collector set. So there are a lot of vintage boxes, kind of like the ones that I showed you, that a lot of people want. They're very desirable. A lot of people want to open them. A lot of streamers want to open them and sell the packs. And Team Magma, Team Aqua is a little bit different. It's a little bit more of a unique set. It's definitely more for collectors. So streamers and stuff aren't necessarily hunting for that set. It came across my table from a friend, and I was like, dude, where did you get that box? And we did a trade, and I got the box, and then I've already moved it. But I was stoked to have it for a little bit. I was blown away that I had a Team Magma, Team Aqua box. I honestly never thought I would have one of those. They're very rare. And I personally love the set. I love the Suicune, the Raikou, and the Entei in them. I think they are amazing cards. There's a Groudon and a Kyogre in the set too that I think are incredible. There's Team Magma's Groudon, Team Magma's Aggron, and a few other cards. And who knows? Maybe one day this set will be super popular and iconic and worth a ton. Maybe not. But I just thought that is such a unique set, such a cool set. I would love to open it at some time, but not going to right now because I don't really open stuff. So, but wanted to wanted to tell you guys. I'll see if I can throw up a picture in the video of that so you can see the box. And yeah, thanks. See you in the next one.